And you may have seen Brandon Howard Roy on stage the past few years on PEI in dinner theater shows or as a member of the cast of Ann and Gilbert. While living in PEI, Brandon has also been writing songs, and he recently recorded his first single that's on all the streaming platforms today. It's called Little Reasons. Good afternoon, Brandon.
Good afternoon.
How does it feel for you to have your own music, your single out there now?
Oh my gosh, it is a crazy, crazy feeling. So excited. So many people have worked so hard over the past few months to get this to where it is now, starting by encouraging me to just take that leap and get the stuff out. So it's an amazing feeling.
We're going to hear it in a moment, but tell me a bit about Little Reasons and where it came from, this song.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of, I wrote it as one side of a dialogue. Obviously, in a relationship, somebody's going to make mistakes. Well, everybody makes mistakes. And this is kind of one side of a dialogue about the partner who realizes they've made a mistake, basically asking, at the end of every chorus, I ask, if I told you that I loved you forever, would that be all right? So even about all this stuff is in the past, but if I tell you I love you forever, and I promise I'm going to be better tomorrow, is that going to be okay?
The forgiveness. We're looking for here, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can kind of tell by got a really fun, dancey vibe to it. You know, spoiler alert, there's a happy ending to that question. So.
Now, Brandon, we have to talk about the path that led you from Montreal, your hometown, to PEI. How did we get you here?
Yeah, so I did the musical theater program at Sheridan. We had vacationed here a bunch as a kid, knew that I loved PEI. Anne of Green Gables was one of the first stories I ever knew. And after my first year at Sheridan, I had an opportunity to audition for the Confederation Center to be part of the Fathers of Confederation program.
Right.
I'm a total history buff, love theater, love historical interpretation. So that's what brought me here in 2014. And I swear within 2 weeks, I was like, this is going to be home someday.
And you've had a chance to, dabble in a lot of theatrical projects here on PEI. Take me through the last few years for you.
Yeah, so 2014 to 2016, I was doing the Confederation Players. Then I also got involved with Feast Dinner Theater, which I did from 2015 to 2017. And then I was fortunate enough to be a part of Ann and Gilbert for the past 2 years, playing Roy Gardner. So it's kind of been just jumping around from place to place and just loving every minute of it, loving the community that I found here. And so that's what really made me decide that this was a place that I want to, it's a base to create from. Not just work.
What has that been like, though, becoming part of that community? I get a chance to see this all the time, but it is a really vibrant arts community we have in this small place.
Yeah, it's incredible. Coming from a city like Montreal, having spent so much time in Toronto, I believe that you always find your small town in a big city. And I think that Charlottetown has, so much to offer for its size. It's really fantastic. And people are so supportive in a way here. And I think it's just the accountability that we have to each other. It's if you don't know the person, you know somebody that knows them. And I know that, maybe for someone growing up here, that can feel a little stifling. But for me, coming from a big city where no one knows your name, I'm just like, I love it.
It takes a village, Brandon. It really
does.
And so we've been talking about theater, musical theater. But at what point did you start the songwriting?
Songwriting's always been part of my life. In 2006, I wrote my first song called It Kills Me Inside, which topped the charts in Mom and Dad's living room. Big hit.
Number one with a bullet.
Number one. Oh, yeah. And because I've been taking classical piano lessons and wouldn't practice until, half an hour before my lesson every week, was not sticking the RCM stuff. And my teacher recognized that when he knew that I was going to be finishing up at the end of the year. He was like, what if I taught you how to chord? Because you seem to have a knack for picking stuff up by ear. Maybe you want to write and notate. So he taught me how to chord, how to write a melody, kind of the basics of melody writing. And that hasn't stopped for the past, 12 years.
And so given all of these different creative pursuits for you, Brandon, where are you putting your focus? Or are you just kind of taking it all as it comes?
Yeah. For 2020, I have said no to a couple theater gigs just because what I've come to realize by releasing my first song is it is a full-time job. You're running a small business, and I've sort of been feeling the momentum over the past couple years, and I'm just ready to run with it in 2020. So
that's exciting.
It is, yeah.
And so who, from a songwriting and performance perspective, are some of your role models or some of the people that you grew up listening to?
Totally. Mika is a big one. Anything by Queen. Freddie Mercury's voice just kind of, it helped teach me how to sing. Him and screaming along to him and Beyonce was some of the best vocal training I ever got for free. So You can probably hear some of that in the song. What attracts me to a song so much is the catchiness of it. Like the notion of an earworm, I kind of compare it to salting food. You know, like salt can really bring out flavors, and I think that if a song has a catchy melody, that's always been my access point. If I hear a catchy melody, I want to go back and know more and invest in it. So any of the artists who employ that
can write a good hook.
Yeah, I'm totally into it.
So you've got this single, it's out there now. Where can people find it?
Yeah, it's on all major streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, on SoundCloud, and I was fortunate enough to have Colin Kelly, I was an up-and-coming videographer here, film an in-studio video, which we're going to be releasing next week.
And you recorded this with Colin Buchanan, right?
With Colin, yes, a bunch of Collins on the team.
And is this part of a larger recording project we'll see in the new year?
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm taking it one step at a time right now, but hopefully, no, not hopefully, I will record an EP in early 2021.
It's happening.
Yeah, so we're going to be touring a bit this year and getting more recording done. It's now that the first one's down, it's addictive.
And so the launch for this, you're doing a show in town, though, over the holidays. When's this happening?
I am. It's at the Sportsman's on Saturday, December 28th. Going to have Jocelyn Rayome opening the night, and then we're going to play. Then Colin Buchanan's going to DJ the rest of the night away, so I can enjoy and have a couple drinks after the show.
Well, we wish you the best of luck with all of this, Brandon. Really appreciate you coming in here today.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
We're getting ready to dance right now because here is Brandon Howard Roy with Little Reasons.
I wake up in the morning and I see you with those big bright brown eyes, and I wonder how I got here after all of the times I screwed up and didn't know then, but it sure as hell know now. This is a good thing, no, it's the best thing. Yet I'm going out of my mind with this question inside, something I've got to get off my chest. So won't you look at me, baby, say what's on your mind. There's a lot of little reasons you should go now. You know that you're the one who's in control now. Tell me what it's gonna be, baby. Are you gonna stay? I know I gotta get a handle on myself, and it seems like I'm a bona fide mess, man.